Some would assume Auburn is shopping quarterback in there. I've heard some say they are not. Based on your intel, is Auburn shopping quarterback, and what rack might they be shopping off of?
I would say, so we've talked a lot about this on the message board at auburnlive.com, and the way I've kind of told our subscribers, and from what I understand, is, are they shopping? Yes. Is he desperate for a portal quarterback? No. So I think that if the right one is there, and the right one meaning NIL, like what the wants are, how does it match up with what Auburn wants to do NIL-wise with everything else? They want high school kids, other portal players. What are the NIL desires from that player? And then scheme fit, culture fit, all that kind of stuff. I think if there's that guy there, they'll pursue it. If it doesn't fit, and it's not a fit across the board, specifically in NIL, if some kid wants $1 million, I don't think that Hugh Freeze is comfortable doing that. I think that he would be content going into next season with Payton Thorne, try to get Holden Gerner to stay. You got Hank Brown and Walker White there to try to develop. I think that he would be okay doing that. I think that Hugh Freeze thinks Payton Thorne has got a lot of potential. There was a lot of reasons that I don't think he reached his, peak performance this year. Receivers, rotating quarterbacks, play calling, who's doing that. There's just a lot of issues. So I think that he thinks that Payton Thorne's got some ability if the personnel around him is improved. And so that would be my answer. Are they shopping? Yes, but they're not so desperate that I think they're just going to go get anybody they can get.
East Lansing this past year, I don't see it ever working out, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, well, you're not alone, but I think that Hugh Freeze thinks there's potential there, and what Payton Thorne can do if there's the right personnel around. And the other thing with Hugh is, if you read what Hugh Freeze, if you go kind of look at what he said about NIL, go look at what he's talked about building community, about longing to try to connect with his players. He will play the NIL game, that's for sure. But there is a line that I think we're going to figure out with him and other coaches on what's too far. And I think with Hugh Freeze, he'll play the NIL game to a point, but there is a point where he is not going to go over the line and go, okay, I'm not going to just give you X amount because you want it, bring you in. Now I got to worry about the quarterback room, how everybody else is going to deal with it. Like, unless that guy's a home run, I don't think he's going to take that chance when he could take those NIL resources, allocate them towards other high school players or other portal players, and get, it's just like a GM in NFL. You got to figure out how to build the best roster with the money you have. And so I think, everybody sort of deals with that. And so I get what you're saying about Payton. There are times where he struggled, but if you dive into the numbers, in terms of touchdowns per attempts, the past 5 games, he was actually one of the better ones in the country. Like, there were signs that he can be good, but you didn't get a good picture because of all the other things going on, I think, including Payton getting there in the summer and then trying to figure out the offense and then rotating and then play calling and then the receivers not being good. There's a lot of stuff that it makes it tough to me to fully evaluate Payton Thorne.
Well, the interesting thing is we have heard, Hoke, that it's kind of an unlimited budget, that Auburn and the collective will spend what they need to spend. So if I'm Hugh Freeze with that mentality, I'm like, hell, let's go out and let's pay one of these home run guys. Because Cam Ward, to me, is a home run guy. I've got a feeling, and I said this earlier on the show, DeQuan Finn from Toledo, Curtis Rourke from Ohio. If they are looking for a budget quarterback, I wouldn't be surprised if they look at one of those two guys. But if you've got the money, why would you not, just at least make the offer?
Yeah, I don't know about the unlimited. I mean, they've got a good budget. I know that within the last week or so, I know that there were pitches from Freeze to donors. Hey, we need a little bit more. We need to close the gap on what I think we need, not only for the portal, but they're trying to keep some players on the roster that could leave, that could go pro. They're actually trying to, can they keep Jalen Simpson? Can they keep Marcus Harris? I mean, there's a lot of needs there too. And so I wouldn't say unlimited. And I also would say, even if, let's just say you had unlimited, if you're Hugh Freeze, if you go out and just spend and make wrong decisions, next year, the year after, you keep going back for money. Those guys didn't make all that money by just giving it away. And I do think that you got to be judicious with it, even if you think you have enough. So I think he's just trying to weigh all of that and trying to figure out if he wants to go spend $1 million on Cam Ward. I don't think they will do that. Riley Leonard, I thought that was going to happen. There was some issues there where they came back and wanted more, and I don't think that sat well with Hugh Freeze. They kind of backed away from that situation. I don't think they're going to spend that much for a Cam Ward either.